What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am MLB Chatterbox, aka Christian Corey, and we have some big news. You see the title and the thumbnail in today's video. Yes, some gigantic news coming out of Oaktown, Oakland, California. Yes, it involves the Houston Trastros, or the Houston Astros, and the Oakland Athletics. And yeah, they got into it. They're not happy with each other. There was a brawl yesterday in the afternoon game between these two AL West divisional foes. So yeah, we got some big brawl and some big news coming out of MLB, particularly Oakland, for today's video. And you know what? One of the main culprits in this scuffle, in this fight, in this brawl, in this takedown of good versus evil, it is the savior, the center fielder, Ramon Laureano. Yes, Ramon Laureano, the A center fielder, is probably right now like, you know, Joe Kelly's God and like he's Jesus. So when it comes to the baseball world, but all kidding aside, yes, this was a big fight here in Oaktown, and you know, it was a fight between the Astros and the A's, and Ramon Laureano was, you know, the instigator in this. Really. But really, I don't even call him the instigator. He's the guy who started it. But the Astros were the instigators. I should correct myself. The Astros are the instigators. Ramon Laureano just put things in motion, we should say. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you guys watch the video. I'm gonna show you the clip of the video, and then I am going to react and give my opinion to you guys on that, on this fight and this brawl that happened in Oaktown yesterday. All right, it looks like a coach or something put him in a headlock, and then the Astros players get all on him. Then here come the A's, and the A's come out. But the funny thing is that the foul territories are very wide, and the dugouts are much farther away from the lines than they would be in a regular baseball stadium. Because again, this is Oakland, and this is a multi-purpose stadium, and it's football first. So the dugouts are farther away from each other. You know, they're far away from the lines, and they're farther away from each other. So the A's players have to go run out, you know, and save Laureano. And again, yes, it's a little farther away, but again, I'm sure that costs time for Laureano. And the A's players, you know, they got to go sprinting out across, you know, the big foul territory, across, you know, home plate and back into the Houston Astros side. And it's just funny because, you know, and they're brawling and they're fighting and they're scuffing, whatever, they're saying stuff. And if you listen to the announcers, seriously, if you listen to these announcers, you know, they're like, whoa, this is a bad idea, you know, some hefty fines are coming these players' way. Not a good idea by Laureano at all. And they're like saying like this is a terrible idea and shame on him that he went after the players. And MLB, you know, this is exactly what MLB said not to do. And it's like, okay, hold up, wait. Just wait. Just stop. Stop right there. You know, this is on the A's broadcast, by the way. These are the A's announcers saying this. I do believe. I'm like 95% sure this is the A's. So the A's broadcast team is like, this is a bad idea. Hefty fines are coming. You know, they're making it out like Laureano's like the bad guy. And it's like, hold up, stop. You know, this is nothing new. It's like they haven't seen a brawl ever. It's like, this is like, whoa, we've never seen a fight before in Major League Baseball. Oh my God, this is a terrible example, some terrible sportsmanship. You know, shame on him, shame. No, wait, stop. First of all, you're saying this, the only reason why you're saying this is because the commissioner doesn't want players or anybody to fight, because to be close contact with each other and the spread of the coronavirus. Okay, first of all, that's the reason why he said that. And to me, it's like, you know what, dude, if this was 2019, 18, any other year, you'd been like, wow, fans, we got a show for you now. You thought this game was exciting before, and this rivalry was heating up. Well, I think it's hit its apex now. I swear to God, that's what they would have said if this was in 2019. Swear to God, hands down, they would have been all over this fight. And the announcers are like, oh, shame, shame, shame on Laureano. He's going to get some hefty, hefty fines from these players. Disappointing to see, John or whatever the color guy's name is. And it's like, dude, it's like, you know baseball. This stuff happens, and this is the Houston Astros. This is the bad guys. This is good versus evil. Okay, this is a AL West rivalry. This is what you want to see. I mean, it's weird having no fans there to fire you up, but still, you got, this is the Astros. These guys right here, the Trastros. This is who you're talking about. It's these guys. So first of all, the announcers played this off absolutely terrible in my opinion. You listen to the announcers on this broadcast for the Oakland A's, and they're just like, oh, this is just terrible, hefty fines coming, and they act like they haven't seen this at all. Like this is something new. No, this is not something new. This is good versus evil. I've been telling you this from the beginning. Everybody knows this. I'm sure every single person who watches this video can agree that the Astros are trash. We want this. If it's going to happen to any team, it should happen to the Astros, right? I mean, they are the Trastros, the Astros. So this is what I'm saying, is that these announcers played it off terribly. I mean, if I was an announcer, I'd have been like, wow, this is what you all been waiting for, fans. It's finally hit its apex, and here comes Laureano, one of the smallest guys on the A's, taking a big leap of faith and going after the Houston Astros. Wow, look at this, fans. You're going to want to stick around for this. No, they didn't play it off like that. They could have played it off like that. People would have been happy. But in this A's broadcast, they condemned it. Like, no, this is terrible. Bad example. I mean, look, fighting, you don't want anybody to fight. Really, you don't want anybody to get hurt. But, selfishly, as a fan perspective, I want to see someone get knocked. I really do. I want to see someone get decked. I do. I mean, you can come at me all you want and say you're promoting violence. But, excuse me, UFC, boxing, wrestling. So, violence is not new in sports. And particularly in baseball. I mean, you don't see in hockey when they have a fight, you don't see them be like, oh, it's a bad example. No, you say, well, that's a different sport. Well, so is baseball. In baseball, there's fighting, okay? You know what's funny? You know what has the least fighting in all of sports? Is probably football and basketball. And the football thing, they hit all the time. I mean, they don't really have a brawl where they go throw punches. Baseball and hockey, are the two main sports that, have a significant amount of fighting. And you should probably see it the most often or occurs the most. So my point being is that these broadcasters for the Oakland A's played this off like they'd never seen a fight before in their lives. And again, they should have hyped it up. And they were condemning him. And it's like, why? These are the Astros. These are the Trastros. And if you want to see a fight with any team, between any two teams, it's going to be these two teams. Especially this team. I mean, this is great because they're in the same division. And, the A's, could have won the division. Think about it, right? They made a wild card last year. So they lost a wild card game. So these guys should be more pissed off than anybody else. Other than the Dodgers. So, the Astros, they put this on themselves. Yeah, they're getting hit. You know what? Shut up and play. You cheated. Shut up and play. You're going to deal with this, okay? There's going to be fights. People aren't going to like you. And if I was a commissioner, you know what I'd say? If the commissioner was smart, which he's really not. He has good ideas, but he's not smart and logical. If I was a commissioner, I'd say, you know what? When it comes to the Astros, any fight against the Astros, I'm not interfering. I'm not handing down the suspensions. I'm not handing down fines. I'm not, punishing the team. I'm not, going to give them warnings. Nothing. I'm going to step aside. Why? I'll tell you why. Because they put them on themselves. I already punished them. If I was the commissioner, just I'd say to the other teams, I'd say, you know what? The other 29 teams, I already punished the Astros. I took away the draft picks for the next 2 years. I gave them hefty financial fines. And, that's the best I can do. I fired I basically forced the owner to fire the manager. and the bench coach, and, you know, even though players didn't get suspended, but, you know, in my opinion, the commissioner, Manfred, should say, okay, anything that involves the Astros, I'm stepping aside because I already dealt with the Astros. This is old news. This is 2019, 2017 stuff. You know what? Or 18 and 17 stuff. You know what? Whatever involves the Astros, you guys can, you know, take care of it between the white lines. You guys go at it between the white lines because I'm not stepping in anymore. Now, if there's a brawl between, I don't know, the Yankees and the Red Sox, then that's a different story. But if it involves the Astros in any way, if the Astros are involved in a brawl or getting hit a lot, I step aside as a commissioner. And the union, now this won't happen because the union will say, you're not protecting our players, and look at you, you know, blah, 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 and the union will get involved, and there'll be a whole nother thing. Now, this is not realistically going to happen. I understand that. I get that. But in a fun world of fantasy and perfectness, then guess what? I would do that. If I was a commissioner, I'd step aside, and I'd say, you know what, Astros, I gave you your fine. I took away your draft picks. I basically forced your owner to fire both two of your coaches and most of your personnel. And you know what? That's all I can do. I'm not going to back you up. You cheated. You know you cheated. Figure it out on your own. Figure it out on your own. I don't care if they throw to your guys 9 times in a row. I don't care if they hit batters 1 through 9, you know, in the beginning of the game. I don't care. I don't care as a commissioner. That's what I would do. I'd say, you guys figure it out between yourselves. You guys work it out between the white lines and yourselves. You cheated. You put this on yourself. You knew it was going to come out. You know, of course these players are pissed off on these other teams, especially a team like the Athletics, who could have won the division. Now that we look at it, I mean, they won 97 games or something like that, didn't they? I mean, for God's sakes, 97 wins and you make a wild card spot? Really? You know, are you serious? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. I'd be pissed. And I am pissed. I'm not even an A's fan. I'm ticked. I'm a Tigers fan. Why would I care about the Astros? Why? Tigers had no chance against the Astros, whether they're cheating or not. Why should I care? Well, you know why I care? Because I'm a baseball fan. That's why I care. And I care because I recognize that these guys here are cheaters. They're cheaters. I mean, you can't get any. I mean, this team's terrible. The whole, you know, they deserve everything they get this season. Fighting, hitting, guys get nailed. Altuve get nailed. Correa get nailed. Bregman, he better get nailed. This guy, this little, you know what, is just pissing me off. This guy, he thinks and now he's hitting what, like a $128 or something? What? I'm gonna go look it up. For God's sakes, he's batting .219. Are you kidding me? What was Alex Bregman's batting average last season?
Alex Bregman had a batting average of 96 last regular season.
Oh my God! He's batting this season .219, and he basically batted almost .300 last season. Man, and this guy thinks he's a hot shit, doesn't he? This guy, Bregman, thinks he's all hot shit, doesn't he? No, he ain't crap. He is just nope. And good job for Laureano. I applaud Laureano. You know what? Whatever they come down with the fines, you're going to have to come down with the fines anyways, because that's like, it's going to happen regardless, no matter what team it was. But props to Laureano. You know what? I'm taking off this hat. I'm putting this hat on. I'm an A's fan today. You know what, Oaktown? I show you some respect. Okay? And you know what, these guys? You know what? Screw that. I'm not going there. Okay? I don't like the Astros right now. I'm ticked off the Astros. You know, these guys get away with everything. Laureano stood up for himself and his team. And I tell you what, if it wasn't the Astros, this would have never happened. The brawl would have never happened. I guarantee you it's because of the Astros. If they would have played the Rangers, or they would have played the Mariners, or they would have played the Angels, or they would have done a Bay Series battle between the Giants, this would not have occurred. You know it, and I know it. Whether you got hit twice, it wouldn't escalate like this. Regardless of what you say, oh, well, he got hit 2 times, he wouldn't go after anybody anyways. It wouldn't matter with the Astros or not. No, it matters. It matters. Trust me, it matters. Why do you think the Astros, are getting hit all the time? I mean, come on. They're only playing 60 games. I bet you they'll have, close to 100 hit batsmen by the end of the season. I bet you that. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is totally and utterly ridiculous. This whole backing up the Astros thing. And I get it. The commissioner, if it wasn't for the union, I bet the commissioner would want to have no part of these Astros. But because of the great union, in this situation, he can't. But if I was him, I wouldn't care. I'd say, you guys figured out between the white lines. Yep, you brought it on yourselves, Astros fan or Astros players. You know what? You're to blame. You figured it out. You cheated. I fined you. I basically, had your manager and bench coach fired. I granted you frickin' immunity. For God's sakes. I mean, none of you guys got suspended. You didn't get anything. No one took a penny from you when it comes to the players. I'd say, screw this. I'm done about the commissioner. But he's not smart. He's not like that. He's not tough. He's a wuss. That's what he is. The commissioner's a wuss when it comes to these types of situations. I love his ideas. I love his ideas to grow the game. However, he's a wuss. When push comes to shove with this commissioner, he's a wuss. He is. That's what I'm going to call him. So, I mean, yeah, guys, you saw the video. Laureano, went after the Astros. What do you think about this? Is it a good job by Laureano? Is it a bad job? I don't know who was a bad job by, but I think basically my question is, do you think Laureano did the right thing? Do you think Laureano was his actions justifiable because of the team he went after? Now, again, if he went after a team like the Mariners, then this would be kind of ridiculous. He'd look like an ass. He would. He'd look like an ass if he did it against the Mariners or any other team. Not just them, any other team other than the Astros. He looked like an ass. You all know that. One guy take on the whole dugout. What are you, an idiot? But no, this situation, he's a hero. Any other situation, he looked like a total jackass. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, guys, he looked like an ass if he did it in any other team. But since it's the Houston Astros and the Astros, I think I applaud him. Good job, Laureano. Good job. You stood up for yourself, you stood up for your team, you stood up for the MLB, you stood up for the fans. Congratulations, you took on evil. But yeah, guys, that's really all I got for today's video. The big news, obviously, was that brawl between the A's and the Astros. Comment down below whether you think, Laureano was the GOAT, or was he just an idiot for taking on the whole team? Was he the good guy, or was he the bad guy? Should he be blamed for his actions, or should he be justified for his actions that occurred in Oakland a couple days ago? So yeah, guys, if you liked today's video, leave a thumbs up on it. Leave a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't. I think I'm at like 201 subscribers. We're climbing up. We're at 200, guys. Yes, we're at 200. Yeah, guys. So go like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Again, 200 subscribers. Ring the bell if you want to ring the bell too. Turn those post notifications on. And yeah, I'm going to do a hat ranking video coming soon, ranking all my hats 30 through 1. So look out for that video. That video is exciting. I'm going to film that whenever there's not a lot of baseball news, which probably won't be until November. But I'll try to get that in there as soon as I can and get that video out for you and give my opinion to you guys on each of these hats behind me. So yeah, guys, as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell, turn those notifications on, and I'll catch you later.